Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, it's your boy, the Triple B. You know why you're here, man. You know why you're here. The truth, all right? So, I'm just freestyling this video, right? Just because, as usual, there's nothing going on in boxing, right? And I didn't realize, right? It's a week, almost a week, until Gay fights Usyk. And this whole thing, some people believe that all these things are fixed to push agendas, and I think there's a certain amount of that. I don't necessarily think people are told, oh, you got to take a dive and drop there. And they generally just, put all the advantages in one camp. Yeah. So the Gay Usyk fight. So I see some pictures of Gay J training, including from Ben Haney. You know, Ben Haney, as I told you, is his boyfriend, his top. And he's obviously back on cycle. He's got massive muscles, man. Yeah. And, that's one reason some people say it happened in Saudi, because, they don't care, man, about drug testing, this is a kingdom run by money. And strict rules, but money, yeah. And Usyk as well. People have been saying he's very muscular. Well, maybe he's on it as well. Why not? Because when you're facing a PED monster like a Gay J, why would you not be juicing? Come on, man. But looking at the other boxing news, as I said, like I don't know if I was to be conspirational and wonder about who benefits most from Gay J winning or Usyk winning, right? Now, on the one hand, you got Gay J, yeah, who is much better known, yeah. He's well liked in Nigeria. You got all the Nigerians. J. What you need to do is use your head and use your strength, and you will beat Usyk, God willing. Yeah, that kind of nonsense. So he's popular there, and people like to push Africa. So the elites like to push Africa. On the other hand, there's a war in Ukraine, and we all know how the narrative's going. Russia evil, Ukraine good. And they'll endlessly find push stories about how evil Russia is. I mean, they're largely the same people anyway. Yeah. So maybe the Usyk win will push the Ukraine story. I don't know, man. I don't know. Apart from that, you look down the news, right? I'm looking at like the Skirm, yeah, which is the most read newspaper in the UK. John Fury, yeah, what's his name? Tyson's dad says he thinks Gay J will win. There's an article on Eubank Jr. fighting Ben, and they're talking about the rehydration clause. As I said, it's all talk, man. And then apparently, John Fury and Tyson Fury have gone over to Iceland to troll, in inverted commas, Thor Bjornsson for a fight. Because apparently now the Derek Chisora fight is not happening. It's just nonsense. It's all chat. Now, they say content is king on the internet. Now, I don't even like the word content. What do they mean by that, essentially? Right? Is the more stuff you've got out there, right? The higher you appear on, say, the Google search, which is the most used search engine, the more clicks you get, the more you can convert it into revenue through ads. It's become... The world was always about PR, by the way, and that includes history books, propaganda. You remember, like, when in the First World War, they're saying to all these kids, well, come beat the evil Germans. You'll be back by Christmas, and it'll be glorious. What did you do in the war? So all these poor kids, virgins, some of them, signed up, and then what happens? They end up in a muddy puddle with their guts falling out of the stomach, shitting themselves, crying for their mother, And this is the glory. This is the glory that these posters, these posters offered them. This is the reality, yeah. So I mean, they've always manipulated people, you know, through PR, and it carries on now. It's a bit more, in some ways, it's more subtle these days because you got the internet, but it's still the same nonsense. Feed people full of ideas, and there's a few channels on YouTube. One's called A Time for Judgment. It's about it's called Call for Uprising, but you know, this guy's channel gets so attacked because he speaks the truth, and he's done videos where you've got a bunch of newscasters, alleged newscasters, repeat the same exact phrases again and again and again. And this is what it's called implanting a false belief in your head. Like I said, if you watch TV especially, I mean, it's the internet, it's other forms of media, you know, the radio in the old days, you know, the newspapers, but the most effective is TV. Why? Because it's audio-visual, and it implants false beliefs in your head. Because, you know, when you're a wild person, and that, you know, your body, your mind, it takes in what's happening in the environment. Like, this place is dangerous. I shouldn't do that. This person's dangerous. I should stay away from them, right? But this is a way of falsifying memories. And so, in this guy's videos, it's nuts, man. And this is what happens when you see people in the pub or anywhere else they're like robots. They don't even realize it. They think it's independent thought because they've been programmed. And they're repeating the same thing word for word over and over again. Okay? And like I said, boxing is a microcosm of the world. So you can look at boxing and the same, you know, boxing is niche, it's irrelevant in the big picture, but, you know, it repeats the same patterns. And then so what else they got? Jake Paul, you know, this is a boxing page. Jake Paul, KSI, Fear ain't fighting Chisora, blah blah blah. AJ and they will beat Fury. Will beat Usyk. You know, it's just, these are just implants on your head, What will happen? Like I said, in an event this important, relatively, right, and with the high profile, certainly in the Ukraine and in the UK, I'm not sure what the elitists would want to push more, right? A Usyk victory for Ukraine, or a Gay J victory because he generates more money, you know, and he can talk about Nigeria and go, oh, so good, so nice, I had to do it thrice, you know, all this nonsense. I'm hoping it's a fair fight. And a lot of these, you know, like I said, some people theorize that all these fights are scripted. I don't believe that. Necessarily. Some are, but I believe it's more. I mean, it is a bit WWE, right? But I'm thinking, what would benefit people the most? I don't know, man. I think they'd really like to push the Ukraine story. And Usyk will batter J, right? And it's only a week away now. What's weird is they haven't really pushed it that much. Now, obviously, I don't have Sky Sports because I'm not a pussy, but on Sky Sports recently bought it, and you know, in the media it hasn't been really talked about much. Now the Sun, is owned by Murdoch, who also owns Sky Sports, so think about that. Yeah? You know, when you look at media companies, right, even the local ones, even the small local papers, they're all largely owned by a very small number of media companies, and they have to push the agenda. Like I said, Boxing News, for example, is a great example. Formerly independent paper, they got bought out, and now what they do is push women boxing, yeah, and they avoid the big stories. They avoid if it doesn't fit the narrative, they avoid it, like Oleksandr Usyk, and they will continue to do so. They will continue to do so. And once you can apply the correct filter to all these newspapers, these media things, you see the truth, right? So, boxing, Gay J, all that. I mean, again, there's nothing happening hardly in boxing. It's become just another PR angle. Push this, push that. We use boxing to push it, Endless content on female boxing. I believe that Gay J will come out as a Batimans. There is almost no doubt in my mind. I mean, obviously he is. Anybody who follows the channel and see my videos knows that Gay J is a Batiman. But more than that, and also how they push it throughout boxing, because they want to be like, oh, look, all these big tough guys are Batimans. It's completely normal. Be sodomized. Be buggered in a batty hole. It's completely normal. Oh, don't worry about sexual transmitted diseases and having shit all over your thing. It's completely normal. Why would you hate it? It's degeneracy, pushing degeneracy. Plus, it's a depopulation agenda. So, I don't know, man. I had to do a video because I try and do one a day for my fans. I'm not Ricky Hatton. I know I've said this too much, but I'm not Ricky Hatton. I'll do it for the fans. Me power, me aggressiveness, me accuracy, me work rate. So the same with Chabri, man. He's got to pump out that content. But ultimately, I will say this. I'm actually quite looking forward to the fight because there hasn't been any good fights hardly this year or the last couple of years, the last 3 years. And I'm just hoping that whether or not there's a script, whether or not Usyk's bought or not, I'm not even sure. I can't 100% say so, but he could, he does push Christianity, which makes you think maybe he's got some self-respect. But I'm thinking I could see nothing better than Gay J being battered in maybe 5 rounds by Usyk and quitting on his hands and knees, doggy style. Yeah, seen him quit like a bumbleclot. I mean, he quit against Ruiz anyway, the first fight, but that's what I like to see. And believe me, within 2 years, Gay J will say, yes, I'm a Batimans. I had a long love affair with the AKA Skins, and now I've got my new lover, Ben Heine. Yeah, it's sick. It's perverted. But as long as you can see what they're doing to you, how they're trying to manipulate you, then you won't be manipulated yourself. Peace in the Middle East.